What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi and welcome back to Courtside Financial. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button because NIO is very well documented on this channel, and also make sure you hit the like button because it really does go a long way in helping out the channel. Today we're going to be talking about NIO stock. It's currently 6:25 p.m. Eastern Time here in Michigan, and the stock is currently trading at $47.28, up 2.29% for the day, and up 3.71% in the after hours. So NIO has their Q3 earnings tomorrow, November 17th at market close. This is going to be NIO's most important earnings ever, and Wall Street has a lot riding on this one, as investors are wondering if it's going to live up to the hype and follow up their impressive Q2 earnings report, which in my opinion was the best earnings that NIO has ever had. If this earnings disappoints, I think that we could see a significant drop in the stock price. So today I'm really briefly going to run through or preview my thoughts on what I think we'll see tomorrow. But first things first, NIO delivered more vehicles than they ever had in the third quarter, Q3, and vehicles were up 154% compared to Q3 last year, putting them at 12,206 vehicles delivered. For Q2 last year, remember, NIO delivered 10,331 vehicles. So if NIO delivered more vehicles this time around than they did in their previous quarter, that should be beneficial for the top line. But a big question that's on a lot of investors' mind is, are we going to see the loss continue to narrow? The company lost $166.5 million in the second quarter of 2020. And that's nothing to turn a blind eye to. We know that NIO is increasing their costs on things like R&D. For example, research and development spend in the second quarter was $77.2 million, which was down 58.1% from the second quarter in the previous year, and an increase of 4.4% from Q1 2020. But we know that NIO has had a common stock offering, and parts of those proceeds are going to go into things like research and development. So I'm actually expecting R&D costs to be up quarter over quarter. Other things such as selling, development, and admin costs could also contribute to bringing down NIO's operating profit. For earnings per share, NIO's expected to lose 17 cents per share. I don't think that's going to be the case this time around, considering that they lost 16 cents per share in Q2 2020. I think that we actually see negative 12 cents to negative 14 cents per share this time around because of better cost controls as promised in the past. Now for revenue, Zacks expects them to do $628 million in revenue. Last quarter, they did $526.4 million in revenue. So that's pretty much a 19% increase. This is a fair estimate in my eyes because deliveries increased 18% from this quarter to last quarter, so that makes sense to me, and their estimate doesn't sound outlandish. But I do think that they shock us this time around and actually beat on revenue, considering that we've seen Li Auto beat on revenue and we've seen Xpeng beat on revenue as well. Two things that I always keep an eye out for are vehicle margin and gross margin. Last quarter, vehicle margin was 9.7% compared to negative 7.4% the quarter before. So you can see how that really kind of shocked people. Gross margin last quarter, which is obviously more important, was 8.4% compared to negative 12.2% in the first quarter of 2020. So with this, I'm just deferring to what William Lee said. He said that we are going to maintain guidance of double-digit profit margins by year end, and so far we are confident to achieve it. Lee said adding its series of cost control measures have made significant improvement in operating efficiency, cost of car parts, including delivery, battery, and production rate since last year. So with that being said, and me just holding on to that, I definitely do still think that we're going to see double-digit gross margins and double-digit vehicle margins. Gross margin is what really matters here. So for gross margin, I'm going to predict that it's either going to be 11 or 12. Double digit means that it could at least be 10, but I'm saying 11 or 12. That's my prediction. One thing that I want them to put out there are strong forward-looking statements tomorrow. Potentially some formal statements around vehicle production capacity and just the guidance for that moving as far out as in to 2022. Another thing I'm thinking about is the NIO collaboration. Maybe they can talk about that a little bit more and talk about deliveries for the Hycon 007 and how that's been going. Maybe they could talk about that a little bit more and talk about the revenue that they're receiving as a part of that partnership. Also on my mind is that 150 kilowatt hour battery. Maybe they can say something about that. So overall, I do see a good earnings for NIO coming up. I just hope that it could stand up to investor expectations because people are playing this earnings on both ways. So that's going to be it on what I'm looking out for in this earnings. I want to know what you guys think. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next video.